So today I'm going to teach you how to make the 7 times table game. So the first thing that we have to do is change our sprite. So I'm going to make it look like the one that I originally made. So we're going to find the penguin that I used. We'll use a different penguin today actually. So we'll use this one. We can delete the cat because we're not going to use him. And then we're going to pick a background for him. Obviously he's a penguin, so he's going to go outside in the snow. We'll put him in this snowy background. And he's a little bit big, so I'm going to make him smaller. That's good. He'll stand up here on this little mountain. Perfect. Okay. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to have him talk to us. We have to have him talk to the class. So when the green flag is clicked, I'll make that bigger for you. When the green flag is clicked, what do we want him to say? We want him to say, "Good morning," for 3 seconds. Then we want the class, we want to tell you guys that he knows that you're having a test tomorrow. So we're going to say, "I heard you're having a test tomorrow, and I'm here to help." Then, 3 seconds, then we're going to have him explain what we're going to do. I'm going to ask you, we'll make it the 5 times tables today. I'm going to ask you your 5 times tables. When I ask for an answer, type it on the bottom. And that's longer, so we'll make that for 4 seconds. Okay? Now, we have to have him wait, because we don't want him to jump right into it. So we'll have him wait a second, forever, because we want him to repeat this. Now we have to make a list. So we're going to have questions, which will be our problems, and our answers. Now if you unclick this, it hides them. It hides it. I don't want it in the way of my nice background. Okay? But here your list, and now we have to add a variable, random. We're going to use that one later. But now it's made, and again, you can hide it. Okay, so now we're going to set the random, which is just the question order. Set the random order. Then we're going to go down, then you're going to go to pick random, 1 to length of question. This says answer, but length of question. That means so however many questions we have, it's not going to matter. We could have 5, we can have 7, we can have 8. Doesn't matter. It'll change. The length of the questions will change based on how many we actually create. So we're going to put this up in here. And then we're going to have him ask. I'm going to go back to data. Ask an item number. We're going to make it random because we don't want it to go in order of questions. Okay? And then he's going to wait. I'm going to go back if then. We can use if then or if then else. We're going to use if then else because if you get the right answer, we want it to do one thing, and if we get the wrong answer, we want it to do another thing. So if, I'm going to go back here and equals, if the answer equals this, we can just duplicate this so we don't have to re-add the entire thing. So if it equals the answer, then we're going to have him say something. We're going to have him say, what do you want it to say? Have it say, you're right. Okay? After he says that, we don't want the questions or the answers to repeat. So we need him to delete the questions, the random question, and delete the random answer. Delete, answer, random. Okay. Now, if you get it wrong, we want it to say more than one thing. We want it to say something. So you're going to use this join. We want it to say, good try, but the answer is, and then we're going to have him go here, duplicate it again, okay, and again we're going to have this wait a little bit longer because it's a little more information, okay. So now there's that. Then we want it to say that you got them all right, that you're done. So go back to your control, if then, I'm going to use this equal sign. If the length of the question, so if he's out of questions to ask us, if the length of questions is 0, then he'll say, what do we want him to say? He says, you're set for your test. And then we'll make him say good luck. Good luck. Okay, so there's, oh, and then we want it to stop actually. We have to have it stop, otherwise it's gonna repeat. Okay, stop. That's the first part. Now we need to create the questions and the answers. Okay, so we're going to move this to the side so it's not in our way. Again, when the green flag is clicked, now we're going to use our data that we made. So we're going to add. We're just going to add as many questions as we want. So add, so we're doing 5 times tables, so 5 times 2 equals what? To questions. Then you're going to add the answer. So 5 times 2 is 10 to answers. Now you're going to duplicate it, or I mean you could drag it over like this if you wanted to, but it's easier to just duplicate. And then you're just going to make a few more. So 5 times 3, and it doesn't matter if it's in order or not because over here we told it to do random. So you can type them in order on this side, but when he speaks to you, it's going to be random. So 5 times 4 equals what? Answer is going to be 20. And then if I wanted to, I could just duplicate this entire thing so I don't have to keep adding. And then 5 times 5, 25. 5 times 6 is 30. And they have to make sure you're spacing when you're doing this because this doesn't space for you. So whatever is written here, it's going to be written over here. So you may have to make sure that you're spacing. Otherwise it's going to be all squished together and not going to be able to read it. 35. Okay, so we'll just leave it like that for now. Okay? We don't want it to, if I were to show this, see how it's listed here? If I hit stop and then do it again, it just adds more, which we don't want to happen. So we're going to stop that. We don't want it to show, but we don't want it to keep repeating. So we need to delete. When the green arrow is clicked, all of them are going to be deleted. That way it's not being repeated. It's just going to refresh itself, basically. Okay? So now, if we hit the green arrow, it should work just like the 7 times tables one, except this is 5 times tables. Okay? So now it's going to ask you a random question, 5 times 6. Type in the answer. You're right. Now the next one we'll get wrong. So we'll just put 21. Oh, see? Okay, so this I didn't space. Did we see that? I didn't space that. Okay. So I have to, let's see, where? It's going to be over here. But your answer is, okay, so I have to add a space there. That way it's not going to be all squished together. Okay, so let's try it again. All right, so we'll get this one wrong, 11. Oh, good. So now there's a space there. Okay, gives you the answer, and it'll ask you again. What is it? It's 10. Good, you're right. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 5 is 25. $20. 15. You're set for your test. Good luck. Okay, so that's the script, and that's how I created my 7 times table. And you could have him do anything, basically. You can ask it different questions. You can have him do, but this right here, this is the main part of it. And then you can have him ask and answer anything you want. So this can always change, but if you want him to ask and answer and be in a random order and whatever, this is the most important part of this script. Okay? See you guys later.